Why Prince William called the depiction of his parents' relationship in Season 4 of The Crown false. Does the Queen actually watch The Crown? And how Harry and Meghan's deal with Netflix will affect their relationship with the senior royal members. Hi, I'm Joy, and here are all the reported reactions the royal family have had to the show. Prince William is none too pleased. Season 4 of The Crown is undeniably the most controversial yet. And while the Netflix hit is garnering positive reviews from critics and viewers, not all the members of the royal family are happy with it. Given that it must be extremely weird to see your family's supposed life dramatized on a popular show, it's no wonder that Prince William didn't want to watch The Crown. Last year, Olivia Colman revealed on the Graham Norton show that she actually asked the Duke of Cambridge about it, and his answer was a firm no. However, this February, in his role as president of the BAFTAs, Prince William gave a speech where he referenced the actors and creators of the series. He said that although he's been proud to serve as BAFTA's president for the last 10 years, he's not that certain about his feelings anymore.
I must admit, I don't know whether I should be proud or slightly alarmed about the number of winners over the last decade who have betrayed members of my own family.
And that was before Season 4 aired. So, what does Prince William think about the depiction of the turbulent relationship between Prince Charles and Princess Diana? It's unclear if he's seen the new season, but according to The Express, the Duke of Cambridge is none too pleased with it. A source said that he feels that both his parents are being exploited and being presented in a false, simplistic way to make money. And recently, Prince William issued a rare statement addressing an investigation of Princess Diana's bombshell interview that she gave in 1995. An investigation on Princess Diana's interview. Let us remind you that, in her talk with the reporter Martin Bashir, Diana confirmed rumors of her husband's infidelity with Camilla Parker Bowles. She said that as there were 3 of them in the marriage, it was a bit crowded.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
She also spoke openly about her own 5-year affair with Captain James Hewitt and revealed her past struggles with depression and bulimia.
You inflicted upon yourself because your self-esteem is at a low ebb and you don't think you're worthy or valuable. You fill your stomach up 4 or 5 times a day, some do it more, and it gives you a feeling of comfort. It's like having a pair of arms around you, but it's temporarily.
Shockingly, this month the BBC announced it's conducting an independent investigation into an allegation that Bashir asked a graphic designer to create fake bank statements to coerce the royal into talking on camera. The documents are alleged to have been used to falsely show payments were made to members of the royal staff in exchange for information about the princess. So it's no wonder that Prince William tentatively welcomed the investigation that should help establish the truth behind the actions that led to this extremely controversial interview. Prince Charles' friends accuse Netflix of twisting the events. 2 years ago, Camilla Parker Bowles' nephew, Ben Elliott, shared with Vanity Fair that his aunt privately confessed to having enjoyed The Crown. However, she wasn't looking forward to the bits to come. And that's not surprising, as the show is not only an uncomfortable viewing for both her and Prince Charles, but it also resurrected the hostility towards them from 2 decades ago. Twitter exploded with reactions from The Crown fans, and we should note that for many of them, it was the first time learning the story of Charles and Diana's marriage. For example, one user wrote, "Prince Charles is trending because Generation Z and millennials are relearning about the abuse Princess Diana was subject to." Another puts the blame on the entire royal family, stating that the show makes you think if only they had let Charles and Camilla marry in the first place, young Diana would have been saved from so much heartache. They also indicate that the Duchess of Cornwall's reputation, that she's spent decades rebuilding, was once again torn apart by Season 4 of The Crown. The newest season became such a bitter reminder of the past events that the future king's friends launched a blistering attack on the show. They accused its producers of trolling on a Hollywood budget and presenting fiction as facts in a twisted version of events. It's dragging up things that happened during very difficult times 25 or 30 years ago without a thought for anyone's feelings. That isn't right or fair, particularly when so many of the things being depicted don't represent the truth. So we might safely assume that the palace really is not happy with the entire situation. But we can't help wondering, did the Queen ever watch The Crown? The senior royals have no time for nonsense. While some royal insiders complain that the show was made for profit and entertainment with no regard to the actual people involved, others note that Queen Elizabeth actually enjoyed the first season of The Crown. As reported by the Sunday Express, her youngest son, Prince Edward, and his wife organized Saturday night viewings for Her Majesty. A senior royal source shared that the Queen liked it, although obviously there were some depictions of events that she found too heavily dramatized. However, she took issue with the second season. The Queen was reportedly upset by the way Prince Philip was depicted as being a father insensitive to his son's well-being. She was particularly annoyed at a scene in which Philip has no sympathy for a plainly upset Charles while he's flying him home from Scotland. That, as the insider pressed, simply did not happen. But no matter how upset she is, Her Majesty would of course never publicly speak about the show, although she realizes that many who watch The Crown take it as an accurate portrayal of the royal family, and she cannot change that. And what about Prince Philip? Well, it appears that he hasn't watched The Crown at all. Matt Smith, who played the Duke of Edinburgh on the show's first 2 seasons, revealed that a friend of his was at a dinner at Buckingham Palace. Not surprisingly, he couldn't resist asking the prince whether he'd checked out the show.
So we asked him, Philip, have you watched The Crown? And he said that he turned around and went, don't be ridiculous, which I think is just
Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And yet another member of the royal family who has no desire to watch herself in a fictitious TV program is Princess Anne. A source has told Vanity Fair that Anne has no time for such nonsense. But whether they watch it or not, the 4th series of The Crown reportedly sparked renewed fury among senior royals at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Netflix deal. The Harry and Meghan controversy. Though the Duke and Duchess of Sussex haven't mentioned the show in any of their interviews, a source close to them confirmed, in a very royals they're just like us way, that the couple do watch The Crown. And apparently, they love it, because earlier this year, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle signed a deal to produce films, documentaries, and children's shows for the streaming giant. Some estimates have put the deal's value at a whopping $100 million, while others suggest it to be $150 million. This adds a lot to the controversy about The Crown. Prince Harry and his wife are seen to be lavishly benefiting from the company's distortion of the truth about the royal family's lives and relationships. There are raised eyebrows about Harry taking millions from the company that's behind all this, says an insider. After all, where do much of Netflix's profits come from? The Crown. Moreover, some say this collaboration is alarming as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who now reside in California, are going to produce inspirational family programming with powerful storytelling through a truthful and relatable lens. Obviously, it was the Netflix deal that allowed Harry and Meghan to pay off the almost $3 million they spent on refurbishing their Windsor home. The couple also made a statement that they've achieved their wish to be independent and are no longer receiving any financial support from Prince Charles. The Sussexes are definitely under the critical eye of the palace because Harry and Meghan seem to need their approval to make money. A source from the palace shared with the Daily Mail that the younger members of the royal family agreed that their commercial deals would be subject to discussion, as a compromise foregoing their royal duties. Unfortunately, this fraught state of affairs, triggered by the premiere of Season 4 of The Crown, is only likely to worsen the breach between Prince Harry and Prince William, which started when Harry first introduced Meghan to his family. Learn the truth about the royal rift in our video. So, what do you think about how Prince Charles and Diana's relationship was depicted on the show? And are you eager to get the news about Meghan and Harry's possible Netflix content? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for staying with OSSA.